Let's look at 13 ones and 8 tenths. So now I have 13 ones and 8 tenths. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I take this one group here and I bundle it to get one group of 10, now I have 110, 3 ones, and 8 tenths. And that's exactly what we see right here. 110, 3 ones, and 8 tenths. 110, 3 ones, 8 tenths. So I'm going to break it apart now and decompose it so that I have expanded form. So I have one group of 10, right? I had 110. So that becomes one group of 10. I had 3 ones. So that means I have 3 groups of 1. And I had 8 tenths. 8 groups of 1/10. Or you can write this is fraction form, 8 groups of 1/10. So if I were to look at the rest of it, it's all the same. 1 times 10, 3 times 1. It's the same thing. It's just in this part, we have fractions, and this part we have a decimal. So if I'm looking at just the decimal, for example, then I can say this is 10 plus 3 plus 0.8, which brings me back to 13.8. So if I have 13.8 on a number line, I have 13 right here, right? 13. My next one would be 14. This is the middle. We're going to make sure we have 10 spaces. Just like a clock, here's your 5, your middle, and you have 4 ticks in between each one to give you 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if I have 0.8, I know that this is the 5 place. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 13.8 right here. How many more tenths do I need to get to 14? Well, I can look at it and simply say, okay, well, I can see I only need 2 more tenths, and then I have 14. But if you don't have this written out, you can simply say, okay, well, my next one is 14. If I take 13.8 away from that, whoosh, all this goes away, it'll give me what's left. 13.8. I know that this is a whole number, so my decimal is here. And I just fill this in with a 0. I cannot take 8 from nothing. I have to borrow from the 4. The 4 becomes a 3. This 0 becomes 10. 10, take 8 away, 2. bring down the decimal. 3 minus 3, 1 minus 1. So right here, our answer is 2/10. 1, 2. So it would be 2/10 more that I would need. 13.8 plus 0.2 would give me 14 holes. For example, I'm going to say that this is 3 holes right here. My next hole, 1, 2, 3, is 4 holes. In here, I need 10 places so I can have tenths. So here's the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I have 10 spaces on that number line. If I want to plot this point here, I've got to figure out what this decimal is, and they're only giving me this. So this is all I know. Well, I know it's 3, between 3 and 4 on the number line. So it's more than 3, but less than 4. So my decimal form, my first space here is 3. I'm going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 3 holes and 7/10. Just like that, decimal form. Mixed number, 3 holes and 7/10. And it's tenths because the 7 is in the tenths place on the number chart, on the place value chart. An expanded form, I've got 3 ones, right? So 3 groups of 1 plus 7 groups of 7 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 groups of 1/10. So let's look at the next one here. I have a blank number line, but they gave me the mixed number. So I don't have decimal and I don't have expanded form. So I know that I have 24 as 24 ones, right? So my whole number, or I have 24 as my first whole number on the number line. And the next whole number is 24/25. That's how I get these two numbers. Whatever my whole number is starts the number line that I'm going to be working with, and then the next whole number. Now I have 9/10. That means that this has to be broken up into 10 pieces because I have tenths. So 9/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My point gets plotted right here. So here's my point. In decimal form, I have 24. Here's my decimal. 9/10. This is my 10th spot. Just like that. And expanded form is a little bit different than up here because now I have a 10. I have actually 2 10s. So I've got to think, if I have 2 10s, I have 2 groups of 10. That takes care of this number. I have 4 groups of 1 because this is the ones place. 4 groups of 1 takes care of that one. And I have 9 groups of 1/10. 9 groups of 1/10. That's what it looks like as a fraction. If you wanted to use the decimal form, it would look like this. 9 groups of 1/10, like that.